Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the week of August 15th. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. You get some sunlight here on the table, Aquarius. Hopefully you do not mind, but let's go ahead and get into this. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the Keepers of the Light Oracle, as well as the Rider-Waite Tarot. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. Also, the scammers are back. I will not send you a message, and I do not do personal readings, so do not get scammed. All right. Let's make sure everything's in view here. And I think that's looking just about good enough to me. We'll go ahead and take 3 of these oracle cards to clarify as we go along. And all right, energy on the bottom. You have the Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is a really nice card, potentially indicating a romantic invitation in one's life. This can be the start of a very fulfilling romantic I said invitation, but it's like this is almost like crush energy, right? This is somebody that you may have crush on, or somebody that you may have had your eye on, or somebody who may have had their eye on you type of deal, and maybe you kind of go out for coffee, or you have your sort of first formal date. It's an invitation, right? And this can be anything related to romance or love. It can also be about creativity as well. It can be a creative invitation. It can be you connecting with your creativity. It could also be psychic in nature. It could be you connecting with tarot cards, with astrology, with meditation, with chakras, with Reiki, things like that as well. It could be some type of invitation in those areas. It can also just represent, if none of that is resonating, the Page of Cups can represent happy news coming into one's life as well. And so a really nice card to find there. So let's go ahead and let's continue clarifying here. So first and foremost, for whatever reason, I'm seeing a lot of wands here. Okay, a lot of wands on the card, and it seems like this is highlighted for you. Okay, so this could be, first of all, this could be a passionate relationship. If you are here for relationships, this could be the start of something new in that area. It's interesting because it feels like some of you are in a transitory period, like you're moving to a new spot in your life, or you're moving away from maybe something that you used to do and moving into something new. So it may feel like a new type of love or a new type of romance. I also think that not everybody's here for love. I think many of you are here for work. And I think that there are some interesting developments in that area, I do have to say. So Wands is the suit of work, career, enterprise, inspiration, creativity, passion, energy. It's the energy of energy. And in the overall situation here, you have the Knight of Wands, which the Knight of Wands represents potentially. This is a big card if you're looking to move or even do a long trip or travel. Like, we're talking like a change in zip code or a relocation. Like, those things can happen with the Knight of Wands, or it could just talk about travel generally. However, it can also say that you are a maverick in whatever it is that you do for your career or for your work life. It says you have a lot of talents, you have a lot of gifts. You do have, let me see here, actually 3 cards that I associate with like skill and ability cards, or talent cards. You have 3 of those at least here. And so I definitely feel like some of you are realizing the value that you can bring to the world as well. And yeah, so definitely like to see that. Let's go ahead and let's see what's going on here in the past. Now you have, in the past, you have the 10 of Wands, you have the 5 of Pentacles, and you also have the Queen of Swords here. So it's almost like there have definitely been some struggles, there have been some burdens here in the past. I don't know if this is the recent past or the distant past, but 10 of Wands is a burden. You can see that they're sort of struggling to carry these wands, presumably uphill. And the 5 of Pentacles can indicate scarcity thinking or scarcity generally in one's life. I oftentimes find the 5 of Pentacles come forward when there's like actual, it's related to thinking, right? It's more about like your vibration towards money, and situations like that. I think that that's changing in a big way for you. I also think some of you are kind of dropping the struggle here, and some of you are starting to, perhaps some of you are kind of connecting with the idea of, you're connecting with the different areas in your life where you can add value to others, or where you can kind of show up for yourself. I also think some of you are, how do I say this? I think some of you are starting to be grateful at this time for what you have. And I think just in simply doing that, you're bringing a lot of abundance into your life. You're changing your vibration. The other thing with the Ten of Wands is, the Ten of Wands says, yeah, it's a burden. Yeah, it might be a struggle, but it's also this idea that you've completed something important, because tens are completions in the tarot. And along with that, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of knowledge, and most importantly with the Ten of Wands, it's like it is experience, right? It's experience earned and knowledge gained along your journey of the wands. And so I think some of you have been working in an area, or maybe even working at a specific company for some time. I also think that some of you are entrepreneurs, or you're about to be, and maybe you're like a side hustles person. I'll talk about that more as we go along. But you are recognizing that you have a lot of value to offer to people. You have this Queen of Swords card, which the Queen of Swords is about having an extreme focus in your life and towards something. The Queen of Swords really cuts out the noise, cuts out the drama, and basically, I always like to say the Queen of Swords is like the assassin in the tarot, and I say that in a good way. They go after their goal, and they go after what they want, and they don't let anyone stop them from kind of seeing their goal realized. So in the current situation, you have the King of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands, and you have the Emperor. That's big boss energy, okay? This is a column of success. This is a column of bossing up, leveling up, conquering, okay? This is a column of conquering, okay? You are conquering something. By the way, I don't attach gender to the cards, so you can take on any of these cards. Doesn't matter if you're King, Queen, Emperor, Knight, doesn't matter. And I just feel like saying that because actually all three of these cards are kind of like showing up as people, or they can be considered people. The Emperor is seen as a good omen of success in business. Okay, this person is sitting on the throne. They have a crown on their head. They're wearing nice clothing. They have conquered something. Okay, they have been successful. They have been victorious. They have respect. They are an authority on something, and people really come to them for expertise and so forth and so on. So when you get that, it can be a very good omen of success in your career life or in your business life. You have that here with this idea of being a maverick, or this idea of a directional change with the Knight of Wands happening, going to new places. And then you have the King of Wands as well. The King of Wands represents potentially somebody who is entrepreneurial in nature, or this could also be this is the classic entrepreneur in the tarot, especially as you have it with the Emperor. It's almost like maybe some of you are, okay, here's an example that I use all of the time. Okay, I'll use a different example. Maybe you've been a librarian your entire life, and now with the influence of the King of Wands, you're going to start consulting other librarians on library science. And so some of you may be becoming consultants in some area. Probably not everybody here is a librarian, but it's almost like maybe you've worked at a place for a long time and you're like, you know what? I feel like I could really consult people on this knowledge that I have. And it's almost like I think some of you are maybe doing that. Some of you may be creating a product or offer to sell. And I think that it's probably like one-on-one or like coaching or like consulting type of deal that's happening here. I think for some of you, I think that that's like big. If you are not doing that, I think that you are about to either be extremely content in your career life, because the King of Wands, they don't do anything that they don't want to do for their career life because they're talented. They don't need to be in a dead-end job. So that might look like you finding a different job that makes you more fulfilled, or it might look like you moving within your organization, moving up the ranks, something like that. Now, in the future, you have the Magician, you have the Nine of Wands, and you have the Six of Wands. Six of Swords, transitory situations here, going through a transition, going to somewhere new. Six of Wands, this person, this family here in the boat, they are kind of transiting or going through a rite of passage or going through a transition in their life to a new place. They are kind of sailing on calm waters. And what's interesting is that you have this diagonal here. Diagonals are directions that you were headed. Ten of Wands, burden, Knight of Wands, change around a talent, and then the Six of Swords, going through a change. And it's this idea of you being guided at this time, trusting that where you're going is the right place for you. And along with that, you have this Magician card, skill and ability, and also the ability to manifest something. You have all the tools. Look, all the tools are on the table, right? All the tools are on the table. And that's a metaphor for representing that the tools are also within you. And so, believe it or not, you have everything you need at this time to just do it. So it's the thing about the Magician is their problem is they have to do it. Okay, it's not an issue of talent, it's not an issue of skill, ability, whatever. They have to do it. Okay, and that's the other part about the law of attraction, because it is sort of like a law of attraction card as well. A lot of people think that they can just sit on their couch and attract whatever into their life, but it's you have to meet the universe halfway, and you have to act. The Nine of Wands says don't give up. The Nine of Wands is like being at the finish line. The Ten of Wands is the finish line here. It's in the past though. Nine of Wands says don't give up. All right, some of you may be going back to the drawing board. Some of you may be like re-engaging an idea, especially if you're here and you're like an entrepreneur, or you're self-employed, or you're interested in being self-employed. Let's go and take a look at these clarifications. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, so you have Mercury, open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. You have Freya, phases and cycles, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And then you also have Horus, cosmic gateway, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Aligning to the frequency and the vibration of success at this time, and also to the frequency and the vibration of something new in your life. Going through a transition, going to somewhere new, going to new places, and being guided here. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at these tarot cards. So you have let's clarify some more. So you have the Six of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups, you have the Fool, Four of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so Six of Cups, the Fool. This has been long in the making for some of you. Whatever transition, change, direction, new direction, this has been going on for some time, okay? This is something that's been percolating in the back of your mind. Some of you have had this idea for quite a while, and it's because you have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups is something from the past. It is interesting, this person is stopping to smell the roses, as you can see here on the card. And so this is a really nice reminder to the best of your ability, to the best of your degree, to stay in the now, stay in the present moment. But you have that here with the Fool, which is an extremely powerful new beginning. The Fool is like all four aces combined into one card. It starts off all the tarot. It's the chain reaction of the major arcana. The major arcana represents the Fool's journey, okay, or the hero's journey, if you've ever heard of Joseph Campbell. And so some of you are really embarking on some, this has been percolating. This has been going on for a very long time here with the Six of Cups, and I think some of you are ready to act because you have this Knight of Swords, swift action. Four of Swords is interesting because it's like rest, recovery, prayer, rejuvenation, meditation, healing from heartbreak, situations like that. But I almost feel like some of you are moving out of the rest period. I think some of you are moving into the action period. I think that that's like very important for you because of the influence of the Magician. Again, the Magician needs to act. Then you have the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Okay, it says that your dreams, wish, desires, goals can come through, and they might even be coming on the way here in the future. It's a very nice card of satisfaction, emotional contentment. Yeah, just feeling satisfied and happy in your life. Along with the Seven of Wands, you know, Seven of Wands can be around competition. You do have this Three of Wands. Clarifying it, the Three of Wands represents adventure, going on a grand adventure, getting fired up, growth and expansion on the horizon. Some of you are about to like really launch something, or yeah, I think some of you are about to launch like a new business or launch into a new career, something like that. This is exciting for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.